Hello and welcome. We are looking into the new moon in Aquarius coming in on January the 29th. Aquarius is being highlighted right now. So I'm going to get into the Aquarian energy, a little bit of push and pull that we may notice during this new moon, especially. But something that is really interesting happening in astrology, which is a beautiful planetary alignment. It's a very rare occurrence where all planets are going to be aligned on January the 25th. Now, as I record this video, we still have some time to get ready for this beautiful alignment, and this is going to usher in the new moon. I feel if we work with this and we grab hold of the opportunity, we can really create some amazing shifts and alignments within ourselves and the vision of our future. Now, keep in mind, Aquarius is a visionary. Aquarius is very much of a pioneer. Aquarius, especially with Pluto in Aquarius, is going to be leading the charge. So if you have Aquarius in your top three or a leading dominant Aquarian energy in your chart, you may be feeling this incredible urge to create maybe some kind of change in this world, maybe even more than usual. It might not be all of a sudden, but it could be a growing feeling or sensation that you might be stepping into, a bit maybe greater empowerment within yourself, a greater vision of your future, and starting to feel more aligned with your purpose. Now, we all have Aquarius in our chart somewhere, but some of you out there with Aquarius, greater Aquarian placements are going to just feel it more, especially Sun, Moon, Rising, or even North Node Aquarius. However, that said, we have a lot of Aquarian energy to work with. We also have Mercury going into Aquarius only 2 days before the new moon. We also have Mars still retrograde. So I feel this new moon isn't really about taking action or being very forceful about the change that we want. It's about more of a passive and patient approach to creating change. However, given this beautiful planetary alignment happening on the 25th, I feel we can start to align with our vision of the future. Aquarius is very futuristic focused. Aquarians usually, and I've said this many times before, if you have Aquarius in your predominant chart, or predominant placements, you probably are a little bit more ahead of the game than others. You're probably a bit more ahead. You're probably, 5 steps ahead, or thinking of the future, seeing where things are going, which can be very advantageous, but also can be very problematic, waiting for other people to catch up. So you might be just naturally a visionary. You might naturally already see the future or be very attuned and very aware of unfoldings in the world or even your environment around you. So Aquarius is a very aware zodiac. It is very sensitive. Also, it is very highly intellectual, I should say, not very highly. It is of the fixed element. We are going into fixed season where we're going to probably slow down a little bit more and take our time to be more attuned, more detail oriented, wanting to know information, wanting to know the details, learning and dissecting information. So you might just find naturally the energy starting to slow down a little bit and finding yourself maybe even interested in learning a little bit more or deepening your reservoir of knowledge in maybe study or books or even just through observation. Now, again, like I said, Aquarius is the highlight right now, considering that Pluto went into Aquarius in November just before 2025. So we naturally have this shift and change in maybe our own path and how we're feeling maybe for some of you out there, I would assume the energy had lifted or has lifted, and you're starting to charter a new course. You're starting to feel a new opening in many ways. And the planetary alignment leading into the new moon is going to, I feel, allow us to align in a very profound manner. So my guidance for you out there would be to grab hold of that planetary alignment on the 25th and start to align within yourself first, and then align with the new moon as to what you envision your future to be part, or what you envision your future to be, what you envision your future to entail. You don't have to know all the steps of how to get there, but at least starting to align yourself with who you are, your values, your beliefs, the connection with the higher self, as we do have the North Node in Pisces, where we all can grab hold of this incredible opportunity to connect with our higher self, to open our hearts and to feel and to sense more, and to get an alignment with, again, our future, where we see ourselves going. This Aquarian energy is going to amplify it. So going into February, I also want to mention that February is a universal month number 11, 2. February naturally is going to be a very sensitive month. You may find yourself after this new moon feeling more attuned with your emotions, attuned with your heart, and also picking up information from your higher self, the higher realms, especially with this North Node in Pisces. Listen softly. When we are connected with our higher self, it means that we are tuned in on a whole different level. We're sensing softly. We're not forcing. We're not thinking. It is a whole different sensory aspect that we can access, all of us. So naturally going into February, we have this opportunity to awaken a little bit more to our senses, to tune in with our higher self, to connect with our heart, to connect with our maybe dreams, visions. This new moon is going to allow us to visualize and connect with that vision of ours, where we see ourselves going, where we see our future residing, how our future feels, how it looks. It could also invite a little bit of adjustment, an adjustment period for us to consider as far as what we can do to be innovative, what we can do to think outside the box, and maybe even invest in ourselves, as Aquarius can be a very individualistic energy, but in a way of being true to one's authenticity, to one's true self. So how can you even embrace your true self even more, honoring you while also not forgetting about the others? That is going to be a shadowy aspect, but we also do have this beautiful, I feel, the North Node in Pisces guiding us to connect more with humanity. Aquarius is going to naturally allow us to progress more, to help humanity in some kind of way, to evolve the consciousness in the world. Now, evolving the consciousness in the world is kind of a pretty big duty to have. It's a big responsibility, but we can start with ourselves, raising the consciousness within ourselves, thus, of course, creating the ripple effect outwardly in any kind of way, directly or indirectly. So how can you, during this new moon, awaken maybe more of your consciousness, align more with yourself, maybe embracing more of your uniqueness, maybe being innovative, and also creating the change that you want to see in your future, aligning with the vision of yours, aligning with what you see happening in the future. We have a lot happening on a collective level. This is your own individual practice, although you may feel attuned to what's happening in the world more now than ever, or more so now, due to also this Pluto and Aquarian energy. So we also have this unearthing of the deeper aspects of humanity, what's happening in the world, but also within ourselves. So tune in, connect with your higher self, connect with your heart, use the planetary alignment on the 25th to align. Imagine the planets almost within yourself, setting course for this beautiful alignment within yourself towards the destiny of your dreams, of what you feel called towards, and what you feel aligned with in relation to your higher self and your path forward and who you truly are. There's going to be a profound opportunity here to work with your true self, to work with your higher self, and to connect with your future. So it's a beautiful time for casting new intentions. Write them down on paper, speak them into the universe. What do you want to create? What do you want to align with? Who are you, and how can you honor your authentic, unique self, and how you want to create your future according to that. Also, what kind of impacts can you make in community and in humanity and the greater collective? Because Mars is retrograde, this, as I mentioned, might not be a time for action as far as taking initiative action towards your goals. This, I feel, is going to be more of an alignment exercise and staying true to your vision, staying true to your authentic self, your true self, and dedicating your time to your own practice to keep you aligned, maybe also by addressing what is getting in the way. This is going to be coming up for the full moon in Leo. So just in your back of the mind, in the background there, just keeping in mind what could be getting in the way of you fully aligning with your dreams, taking initiative action over time, but mostly staying true to your vision and trusting that process, trusting the universe, trusting your higher guidance, trusting yourself. So what could be getting in the way? What are some blocks? What are some maybe beliefs or stories that keep coming up when you want to step closer and closer to who you are and the future that you are desiring the most? You can look at this as a micro approach or a macro approach, looking at your bigger picture or looking at the smaller stepping stones that will get you to where you want to go. Also, you can look back at the new moon in Capricorn that we had, at some of the intentions you set down during the new moon in Capricorn, and even bringing them into this new moon in Aquarius, taking into consideration that everything comes in cycles, happens in cycles, everything happens in steps as well. So you can make some adjustments and fine tuning and bring through some of the affirmations that you set during the new moon in Capricorn as well. And if you would like a little bit more guidance and support for your manifestation, make sure to find us over in the moon group on the WhatsApp channel. The link is going to be below. It's free. And you can also download a new moon journal for free when you join. I'm wishing you all the best on your path and this new moon as we start to chart our new territory into an alignment like never before. Wishing you all the best, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care.